This is my personal analysis that section 16 of the GST Act provides for disallowing in the following three scenarios. I think most of you will agree that the sum total of the section is this only. Only in these three situations, the auditor is empowered to disallow. Am I right? Section 16 talks of three situations where the auditor can propose to disallow. One is if the tax charge has not been paid. Other is 180 days, the third is if credit is taken after 30th November of the transaction. So far, auditor has not been allowing credit only because it is not reflected in form GSTR-2A. The circular accepts that form GSTR-2A was not fully functional during the initial stages of implementation. This Rule 36(4) providing time limit for amendment of ITC came into force only with effect from 19th October 2019, while CGST 6 amendment rules 2019. Further amendments also came. As you will see, that so many amendments kept on coming, then you can very well appreciate that whether it is mistake, those who are doing genuine business, if they could not follow or could not comply with some of the provisions, when our GST policy being and our board in its wisdom kept on changing and making amendments every time, whenever some human crime was there, taxpayer committee was there, they will amend the law. Finality has only been recently reached like CGST 10th Amendment Rules 2021 with effect from 1/1/2022 in the Rule 36(4) providing for all GSTR-2B, wherein the invoices or debit notes issued by the supplier has to be mandatorily communicated to the registered person recipient. Am I correct or anybody has anything to say on this? Now it has reached finality. Because now he will not get credit, the recipient will not credit unless it is communicated to him that he has paid. Anybody who like to see the circular or the para 19 or section 16? I think everybody has already read that, right? Only that para 19 says that it is clarificatory, so you should be clear in your minds. If something which is clarificatory, that means it clarifies only a situation which was obtained from the beginning. Only our auditors were taking a different route, which was an easier route. Next slide. Assuming that non-reflection in 2A amounts to an evidence that tax has not been paid despite being collected by the supplier, one has to identify the primary defaults. अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि 2A में नहीं है तो टैक्स पे नहीं हुआ है, then you have to identify who is the primary defaulter. Section 132 of GST Act provides for punishment of a supplier who collects any amount as tax but fails to pay the same to the government beyond a period of 3 months from the due date. Section 132 निकालिए, क्लिक कीजिए. So there is 32(1), 32(D), 3 and 4. 4 is possibly this.
Just 1D, 32(1D).
1D. That collects any amount as tax but fails to pay the same to the government beyond a period of 3 months. So this provision has been from the beginning. So whoever is primary defaulter, department has to take action against him under this section. ठीक है, back to the slide. See, now department can either take action against the defaulter or disallow credit of the recipient under section 16 read with Rule 41(2) of the CGST. You can't do both. Am I clear? On the one hand, you will take action against the supplier for being a defaulter, and on the other hand, you will disallow the credit of the recipient. Both cannot be possible. Only one route you can take, and the route which is correct in law is to catch the person who is defaulted. The courts have already ruled that the recipient cannot be penalized for the fault of the supplier if any. Now there is no vicarious liability fastened upon the recipient under the law of contract for the least tenure of the supplier. Vicarious liability I wanted to explain to you. Examples of vicarious liability are employer and employee, principal and agent. A principal can be held in law as accountable for failure of his agent. Similarly, employer can be held as guilty in law for the fault of his employee. How it happens? Suppose any employee of the government, maybe our department only, has done some mistake, causing loss to the government. The court may penalize the state or the central government. So, for the acts of omission or commission on the part of an employee, the employer can be penalized. That is what is the vicarious liability concept. There is no such relationship between the supplier and recipient satisfying any of the ingredients of vicarious liability. Neither of the two parties can be said to exercise any control over the activities of business of each other. Do you think that supplier and recipient have any control over the business of each other? Supplier is sitting in Tamil Nadu. The person recipient is in Bombay. Do they really exercise any control unless they are the same group, unless they are related persons? No, in the normal course of trade there is no control. So vicarious liability is hyperlinked. What is vicarious liability? Vicarious liability is a situation in which one party is held partly responsible for the unlawful actions of a third party. The third party also carries their own share of the liability. The word vicarious is used here to describe the fact that the liability imposed is indirect. Vicarious liability can arise in situations where one party is supposed to be responsible or have control over a third party and is negligent in carrying out their responsibility and exercising their power. The same thing is in the following paras also. Employers have a greater chance of avoiding vicarious liability by proactively exercising reasonable care to prevent any negligent behavior on the part of the employee. Now let's stop here. Can anybody give an example for this particular commissionerate? This particular para 2. Employers have a greater chance of avoiding vicarious liability by proactively exercising reasonable care to prevent any negligent behavior on the part of their employee. Anybody? हमारे ऑफिस में डे इन एंड डे आउट अगर हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट आपसे पूछता रहता है कि आपने ये क्या काम किया, आप एक साल से आप क्यों लेके बैठे हो, that is because I can be held, I am not employer, your employer is central government, I am still only representing the employer. In your case, but in Group D case, I think the head of department is considered to be the employer, at least he is the disciplinary authority. But why I have to ask you everybody that you give me answer what you have done? Because tomorrow I will be held responsible. Even in vigilance file, I told the superintendent vigilance that day that if you are not putting the file to me for months together, even after the inquiry report has been received, tomorrow I only will be held responsible as disciplinary authority. Then I will hold you to do the task. But by that time, damage will be done. Somebody higher up may hold me responsible. So that's why this is vicarious liability. Similarly, like in import and export, you know, custom house agents are there. Now they are called customs brokers. So section 146 or 147 of the Customs Act holds the CHA responsible if the importer or exporter meets any disadvantage. Then for the negligent action of the CHA, they will be held responsible under a code of law under this concept. Now, there are further paras, like last para. If a construction worker misbehaves, mishandles the controls of a crane and topples the wall of a nearby building that was not slated to be worked on, the company overseeing the construction will likely face vicarious liability. Just now in Gujarat, that Morbi accident, why there is a human cry that the owner of the company, this is the owner of that Ajanta, who was given a contract that he should be arrested. He was not directly involved, but under the concept of vicarious liability. So basically, what I wanted to emphasize that you can assign any liability on the recipient where you have gone for audit. Only you can hold him vicariously liable for the failure of the supplier who collected the tax but did not pay. ठीक है, next. Back. Next slide. See, these are the case laws and articles on mismatch and resultant denial of ITC. These first three case laws, including Tata Chemicals, they have dealt with unsustainability of mismatch notices. Then the state of Remedy versus Nanda Bachao and Arise India. Any of you who is, this is available, I have given to Mudra Sahab also. If you want to take, you can take a copy. Doctrine of impossibility. I will explain to you what is doctrine of impossibility. Then West Bank and Writing India Private Limited versus Government of the City of Delhi. Here, if there is a collusion between buyers and sellers, in that case you can hold him responsible. The courts have said that okay, but if this whatever has been noticed by the auditor is because of a collusion between the supplier and the recipient, in that case you can take this. And last two case laws are seller and agent. Then there are concepts where in this case where the government says that the seller or the supplier will receive the tax also, and then he will deposit the tax in the treasury of the government. In that case he is working as an agent of the government. In that case also liability is passed on the seller, that means the supplier. I got it there. There is a well-written article, so I would like to just let you see some of the para. Just stop. So we have given a background that taxpayers have been witnessing various notices related to mismatch between 2 and 3, and the departmental authorities have been seeking reversal of credit. And Madurai Bench of Honorable Madras High Court in this case said that the approach taken by revenue authorities in reversing the input tax credit availed by the petitioners for the fault of the sellers is incorrect. The primary point of dispute in this case was Section 15 versus GSTR, which puts an essential condition on the buyer and billing ITC to ensure that the tax paid on a transaction is actually deposited to the government by the seller. In this case, the petitioner entered into a transaction with the sellers and paid the consideration along with tax department tax component. Further, next. So you can just read it. The same thing is in a written form, in an article form. इतना जल्दी जल्दी मत चलिए, सीखना पड़ेगा। कॉपी तो मिल जाएगी, कॉपी तो मिल जाएगी, लेकिन इसका पर्पस नहीं है। Whatever you have to make up your mind, you read it and right now on my face you tell me if you have any disagreement. Otherwise I will tell, if everybody is silent, then I will understand that what I am saying is correct. But what is presented in this PPT is correct. So please read it out. It is a small article, hardly 2-3 pages. If anybody has any disagreement, you can say. ये बातें जो लिखी गई है, क्या ये तार्किक है, तर्क सम्मत है, विधि सम्मत है या नहीं? What is the last para? See, this provision is often argued as unfair, arbitrary, and unjust to genuine buyers, and it essentially mandates an unreasonable onus on the buyer to ensure that the seller has deposited the tax amount charged by individual buyer. This not only requires buyers to bear the loss of ITC which he is lawfully entitled to, must also obligate them to pay interest on the reversal of ITC and assets. So this is double zero part. That on the one hand you ask him to reverse the credit which has been rightfully availed by him, and then you ask him to pay interest on it. Next. So this article attempts to analyze the validity of such proceedings based on the legality of such condition. Now all these court judgments are in the public domain, and I know that most of you already know, I am aware of these court judgments. But despite that, all of you have been choosing a easier route by utilizing the SEPL. Whereas proper course was that you could have reported to the parent commissionerate that there is a mismatch in today, please examine whether that supplier has paid to the government or not. When you were very well knowing that the GSTR system was not working properly in the first 2 years, there was a big glitches in the system, and people paid subsequently which might not have been expected. And only because it was not reflecting, you were holding that he had not paid. So this is something which is an easy way out of the situation. Whatever reason, I understand that you have read it. Okay, next slide. Okay, next slide is I want to explain to you what is doctrine of impossibility. This is a doctrine under the law of contract. You are asking actually him to perform an impossible act. It is not possible for him to control the activities of the supplier and making him pay the amount to the government. Doctrine of impossibility. This is number 2. The department cannot arbitrarily reject the ITC on account of mismatch between ITC claimed to inform GSTR-3 vis-à-vis ITC reflecting in form GSTR-2A on the GST portal. Over whom the noticee does not have any control in paying tax to the government after having collected the sales on the notice. In the value-added tax regime, VAT regime also similar provision was structured. There is a maxim which says that lex non profit ad impossibilia. This maxim, all you know in law, all the maxims are Latin words. But it is supposed that all the postulates of law originally started from Latin. This says that law cannot compel a man to do that which cannot possibly be performed. This principle has been reiterated in the catena of judgments wherein the honorable courts have accepted its admissibility, right? And have illustrated on its definition through references in various illustrations authorities. Case of State of MP versus Navla Court applied this maxim and hence that thus where the law creates a duty or a charge and the party is disabled to perform it without any fault on his part and has no control over it, the law in general excludes. Some of you I know that have law degrees also, but unfortunately you may not have applied in your daily work. In another case again, Arise India Limited versus Commissioner of Trade and Taxes, it has been held that there was need to restrict the denial this one. Not punished for bona fide purchasing dealers. The latter government is expected to do the impossible. It is a type that a law that is not capable of honest compliance with trade necessities. If it seeks to rigid disobedience and disproportionate consequences to a bona fide purchasing dealer, it will become vulnerable to devaluation on the pretext of article. Now you see, because We are legally trained minds, honorable judges who are deliberating these orders. So please first come up to their level and then you pass any value judgments. I have seen my officers straight away, if any judgment is brought by any of the illustrious lawyers against the department, our officer will say, they have purchased the law. They manage the courts. Gentlemen, they do not manage the courts, they do not need to manage because you are wrong in the first instance itself. Because either you are not clear what is law and then you have been creating unnecessary litigations on this count. So this is the doctrine of impossibility where you are expecting the recipient to ensure that supplier has paid the tax. What is collusion between buyers and sellers? In this case, there are two cases. In the VAT regime, there are a number of judgments that highlight this problem in the law, and that is an advantage it imposes on the recipient. The best merchandise in the private limited is government of recipient. In the case of this last fella, Nehru Chand and the state of Haryana, here the court has said that if there is a collusion between the buyer and seller, then you can charge that recipient also. But collusion has to be proved. कि जानबूझ के कर रहे थे, इनवॉइस ले लेते थे, इधर क्रेडिट ले लेते थे, और जो इनवॉइस इशू करने वाला है वो पेमेंट नहीं करता था, दोनों की मिली भगत थी. अगर ऐसा कुछ आप प्रूव करेंगे तो इन दोनों का जजमेंट will justify that when ITC continues. But this is one of the very odd situations where it can be proved. Next. This is the concept of seller and agent. This has been discussed in some case laws by Corporation Bank versus Saraswati Avaran Sala. The Supreme Court opined that the selling dealer who collects the tax as an agent of the government, therefore a bona fide buyer cannot be put into the party when he has complied with the obligations. Furthermore, the purchasing dealer has no means to ascertain and secure compliance by the selling dealer. So even during VAT regime, these questions have come and already law has settled. Unfortunately, we have a scant regard for settled laws. Today's CPIC is, I am talking to many our think tank in the CPIC, they are saying that primary job for every commissioner, whether it's TPS or an audit, is to stop frivolous litigation. Because situation has come to a head where thousands of so-called notices are to be adjudicated. And now, because of the time limit, our JC and additional commissioners in the field are left and right, they are backdating. In fact, I have found many of the adjudication orders which were signed 20 days after the date which is written on the order. Tomorrow they can be sued. The advocate says that they have clear evidence. Because of that, the order is neither sent by email nor by registered post. उसके ऑफिस में जाके दिया आता है. Because back date में. Why? Because one additional commissioner has to suddenly pass an order for 800 so much notice. So the situation is so alarming that time has come that not only me, I believe every commissioner who is heading for Commissionerate should take a strong stand and not allow frivolous litigation. I think that was the last time. This was the article. This is recipient's liability due to the seller's default. This is again discussed in one of the two cases. In some situation, court has said that the recipient can be held liable, particularly in the collision cases. That's all. Go back to the slide. I think that was the last slide. Only 3 slides are there. So I will thank you everyone and request you to go through this case law. purpose and make a final opinion. Thank you.